tomorrow,
Yeah.
tomorrow you're leaving for the European tour, and you're heading to Scotland. Sorry,
Kiltland. Is that
Kiltland.
what you're about to say?
Exactly.
Yeah, going to Scotland tomorrow, man. It's gonna be special. I like. They tell me like shows are sold out and people are waiting outside. I'm just like, what are you talking?
Have you been
about?
to Europe?
I mean, I've been with Jay-Z to London
Sure.
for a couple shows, and
That's right.
I've been to London.
You just hang out with Jay-Z all the time.
I actually was working that night. I wasn't hanging out with him. I don't get to hang out with him much.
Pretty regular. You know.
We
been
work
in the
a lot.
game for a short time, but just
That's my guy.
do concerts with Hov and M. And,
That's my guy. But yeah,
actually, you know that brings another point. Like earlier, a few days ago, we talked about the 2010 top Toronto moments, and we put it out there, on Twitter, Facebook, on the blogs, and all that stuff. And we wanted to know what people felt were the top 10 moments. End of the year, everybody's putting out their top 10 lists. We figured let the people create their own top 10 list, and unanimously, top 10 Toronto moments was the OVO Fest. So.
nice.
Big one.
That's a big guy.
Huge. I mean, the G20 was pretty huge too.
Not as big as the OVO.
But not as big as the OVO Fest.
Sorry, Canadian government, you lose.
Did you have Jay-Z and Eminem?
Yeah, did you guys bring Jay-Z and Eminem and Rick Ross and Young Jeezy? No, you didn't, did you? You just brought some political leaders that all wanted to argue. We're this is positive energy over here. So
Just singing that.
I just got banned from like every government dinner ever. I'm sorry, that was a joke.
I apologize.
Yeah, on behalf of 40.
That was actually 40s word.
Yeah, no.
So OVO Fest.
Yeah, OVO Fest.
I know how I felt as just, it's the same feeling as, RapCity being back. It's like what RapCity meant to me as like a hip hop fan, as like someone who considers himself hip hop. Back in the day, just, watching RapCity and just like that being our connection to the hip hop world. Yeah. And then you fast forward and you see the OVO Fest and like what that meant to me as a Torontonian, as a Canadian, and for hip hop. And it was, I just was like almost in, like not tears, but I was very emotional. I was proud. Like, real talk. Like I was proud seeing Cardinal up there doing his thing. I thought that was amazing that you reached out to him.
That was important though, man. That's like, Cardinal is he is that guy, he is what I used to get excited about.
Right.
I told him the other night, I saw him in the mall one time at Yorkdale Mall, and I was like, whoa, I felt like that was the first time I'd ever seen a real star.
Right.
It was like, it was Cardi, man.
Amazing.
So I wanted him, I definitely wanted him to come out. It was great. It was great for the city. The city loved that moment, and yeah, OVO Fest is something that I just want to look back on my life, and I love Toronto so much, and I want to look back on my life and say like, man, I'm so glad we created moments and nights for people, and just that's something to look forward to all year. We're doing it again this year. It's a little bit bigger this year. I've got something, I think, every night for the whole weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's going to be great. I'm going to call in, all my favors and bring all my friends down, and we'll see, we'll see if we can top last year. Last year was our first year, and it was huge, and this year, we'll try and have fun again. I don't want to make it like a competition every year.
Right.
I'm going to run out of people. I'm going to run out of ideas. But with that being said, it's just a great night. It's a great night to celebrate Toronto if you're proud to be from Toronto. And it's amazing that those people make their way down to the city just for that purpose, to show their support, not only for me, but for this entire city.
No doubt. I just to like frame it, I remember standing there watching you on stage, just rocking, and then you said, "Toronto, I told you I love you." You remember that? Not really? Of course. And like for me, that was like, when I think about OVO Fest, that's the memory I remember. I just remember you saying, "Toronto, I told you I love you." You just said it with like so much meaning, so much conviction. Like, what exactly were you feeling at that moment, or what exactly did you mean by that when you said, "Toronto, I told you I love you"?
It worked, man. I think that was like towards the end of the show. I realized, like, I got up there in front of 17,000 people, and
Hold it off.
not choked, you know, and everybody's flight came in and it wasn't raining and it was beautiful and yeah, I mean, I didn't even know if Jay and M were really gonna make it there or show up. I mean, I asked them, and you know, it takes a lot of things to get those guys into the city, and I mean, I think I said that probably after M left stage or after Jay left stage, and it was just in my mind, I was like, this really just happened, like and it was, I felt like it happened because of my love for the city. I felt like it happened because I was putting that positivity out there. Like it wasn't about me. It wasn't about having the greatest concert or it was just like, man, I just want my city to walk away and be like, that was it. That was a moment I will never forget. And that's what happened. You know, it was my first night with Pyro. It was like, you know, it was a crazy night. You know? It was a crazy time. So I'm looking forward to this year a lot.
Definitely an amazing night. So last year went to the Grammys and 4 nominations, I believe, 2 or 4 nominations, and no awards, but finished off the show like you knew you were coming back. And so 2011, heading back to the Grammys, more nominations again.
Yeah.
And I remember there's a lyric where you say, I didn't throw away the piece of paper with my Grammy speech because I haven't hit the pinnacles that I plan to reach. So I'm not gonna ask you your predictions. Whatever. Okay. We'll take a different turn on it. Date. Last year you went with your mom, and you know we were all there supporting this as well. But this year, do we have like a special like U.S. I mean, I don't know where the girl would come from.
Good question.
Could it be a movie star? Could it be a R&B singer? I don't know. Like the date. That's what I'm trying to get. The date. I don't know. Does she box? I don't know. Does she box? Hey,
Yes, me and Layla.
is she over the age of 36? Under the age of 23?
Well, you know, despite my thing for redheads, I'm gonna bring my mom again, man. Yes, that's what she looks forward to, getting dressed up and going to the Grammys. You know, she talked about it today. He's like, well, I guess I'll see you Grammy night. You know, I'll definitely see you before Grammy night, if that's how you want to like end our conversation. She always says that, like, well, I'll see you at the Grammys. I'm just like, you'd love saying that out loud. So yeah, I mean, of course, I'm gonna take my mom and bring my boys, and we'll go out to LA and we'll have some fun. If we win, we win. If not, we'll just come back and make some more music and try and get nominated again.
Try again next year.
The acknowledgement is great for us. I think I don't really there's so much behind walking away with one of those things that it's like I don't even think about it. It's so much voting and this and that. I don't even really let it plague my mind. You know, I don't hold it as a. It is the highest and most accomplished award I could ever receive in my mind. But if I don't get it, I don't let it eat away at me. You know, I just go make my music. That's it.
Fair enough. And so the Grammy speech, is it really on a piece of paper? Is it in that notebook that Fortnite hasn't seen yet?
I have a Grammy speech from last year. I'd obviously have to change some things around because it would probably start with like, best I ever had was probably be a little different this year, but yeah. Yeah, I got some ideas. I mean, I want to keep it short and sweet, you know, because I've fallen into the habit of doing the carried away speeches and then forgetting like the most essential people in my life and feeling stupid. So I probably won't say any names other than my mom and like 40.